What is up, guys? Blue Sun JRPGs here, back with another video. And would you guess it, it's the best time of the year, the happiest time of the year, some might say. Talking about some of the Christmas gifts I've received over the years related to gaming. There's been quite a few memories I have for Christmas time with games. Nothing super crazy, but definitely some stuff I think I'll remember for a long time. So the first thing I remember, not the first thing I remember, but probably the biggest thing I remember ever happening to me on Christmas was around maybe 2006, 2007, when the Xbox 360 was still pretty expensive. I remember my father had taken me to the mall and he said you can basically get anything you want in the entire mall. And what I had chose was the Xbox 360 with the 20 gigs for $400. Obviously, in hindsight, that was probably the worst Xbox 360 deal there ever was. I mean, you got a system plus a 20 gig hard drive for $400. A couple years later, they were selling them for like $150 with 500 gigs. But that's how technology goes. You guys know that. But for me, I mean, that was definitely one of the cooler experiences I've ever had in my life. Just being able to pick whatever I wanted to, and then getting that Xbox 360. And it kind of leads me to my next gift, which was actually Mass Effect. And Mass Effect is, you guys know, my favorite game, or one of my favorite games for sure. It was in high school. I was kind of known as the Mass Effect guy. When everybody was playing Call of Duty, I was playing Mass Effect. And what an amazing game! And it's kind of funny because a lot of people would be, a lot of my friends would kind of like joke around and kind of like make fun of me or tease me about playing Mass Effect. And then they were like, when they saw Mass Effect 2 and Mass Effect 3, they were like, damn, that game actually looks pretty cool. But definitely, again, I mean, I can remember, the funny thing is I can actually remember picking it up and playing it on Christmas Day. I think I maybe got past the first mission, Eden Prime, and I was kind of bored by the game, and I put it down, and I was like, wow, this game kind of sucks, to be honest. And then I went back to it maybe a month or two later, and I played through the game, and oh my god, guys, I think I beat Mass Effect like at least 9 or 8 times. My equivalent, I platinumed it if you wanted to say that, if that's an equivalent on the Xbox 360. Beat the game so many times. Have paid for the download content multiple times. Own both the regular edition and collector's edition now. It's just an absolutely amazing game, amazing series. Still haven't played Andromeda though. Now this one goes back quite a ways. Back in 2003, 2002 probably actually, I asked for Madden 03 with the one with Marshall Faulk on it for the N64. This could not have gone any better for me. I didn't plan it up this way, but it could not have gone any better. So I basically asked my aunt. My aunt always was doing pretty well off. She asked me what did I want for Christmas, so I said, I want Madden 03 for the N64. But of course, it's not made for the N64. So what I got was Madden 03 for the PlayStation 2. Problem being, I didn't have PlayStation 2 at the time. So somehow, rather than my parents making me return the game, I ended up getting a PlayStation 2 out of this, which was definitely an awesome upgrade for me at the time. That actually allowed me to get into JRPGs, where I was able to get Kingdom Hearts and go from there. But definitely something I'll always remember. Definitely probably the most lucky person to work that out, because I had all my Christmas gifts at that point, and this was just like a bonus PlayStation 2. But definitely awesome. And kind of going along in the same generation, I remember getting an original Xbox one year for Christmas, and that was, I don't know what it was, but back then the original Xbox for me seemed like a system that was just so I don't know, it was so unique, I guess. Not even so unique, but just so mysterious, I guess. Maybe it was because Sony had been in video games with the PlayStation before the PlayStation 2, and then Nintendo had already been around, so the GameCube didn't seem too mysterious. And I had played some of the Dreamcast. But for me, the original Xbox, it just seemed so interesting and so fascinating. So I remember picking that game up, and it was incredible. Picking that console up, and it was incredible. I remember I probably never played the PlayStation 2 for a few years until I got older after picking that up, or the GameCube, really. Games that stood out for me in that system when I first played it were Fable, were obviously Halo. I remember I actually I rented Halo 2, one of the first games I had, and I got to the part with the flood, and I was just wicked scared of that part. I remember having nightmares that I couldn't even finish the game. It's just, and then nowadays, not even a scary part of the game or a scary part of games in general. It's just funny how things change as we get older, but again, definitely a memory that I'll remember the rest of my life. And then probably my oldest Christmas gaming memory, or the last gaming memory I really have. That's one that really stands out. You know, I get games pretty much. I've got games pretty much for the last 20 years of Christmases, so I've definitely had a bunch of games. So not to say that any gift isn't really significant to me, but the last game that really stands out to me was got to be getting the N64 back in like 1994, 1995. I must have been 4 or 5 years old at the time. And you know, I had never had a video game system before. I played it over my friend's house, and we weren't well off at the time, but we were able to get me an N64, which was awesome. So I remember trying to hook this game up, me and my father, on Christmas, and you know, neither of us could figure out how to get this game system working. No idea. We tried everything. So about a day later, maybe even on that day, my buddy actually came over to help me hook up the N64, just to come over and play, I guess, whatever he was doing. And literally all I did was put the controller in port number 2 rather than port number 1. And as soon as we moved it over to port number 1, the game system turned on. And it was one of those moments like, you gotta be kidding me, like how could this have been so simple? But it's one of those things, if you're not used to gaming and if you're not used to how games or game systems work, it's something very simple to overlook like that. But that's another thing that I'll remember. But again, guys, so many Christmas gifts over the years, it's too many to count, but really appreciate everything I've been given so far. But let me know, guys. Let me know what you guys have got for Christmas. What are some of your most memorable moments of Christmas? Whether you've given it to somebody or received it yourself, whatever. But massive thanks, guys, for watching the videos. Really appreciate it all. All the support's been incredible. Really keeps encouraging me to keep going. But quick note, guys, outside of my YouTube channel, you guys don't know this, but I used to be a massive runner. I used to run about 35 miles a week, but I had an injury about a year and a half ago. Finally back to running, guys. Just wanted to share you guys some of the good news. It definitely makes my life a lot happier being able to run. Takes away a lot of stress in my life. So, alright guys, peace out. Have a great Christmas if I don't see you before then.